Some heat doesn't burn. It lingers, slow, and impossible to escape. My name is Luna, and every summer feels the same. The same songs on the radio, the same sunscreen scent, the same faces that blur into tan lines and empty glasses. I work at the hotel cafe by the pool, pouring iced coffee, smiling through the heat, pretending time moves slower when you're watching it shimmer off the water. But then there's her. Every afternoon at 2, Emma appears. Pale swimsuit, wet hair, book she never reads. She swims slow laps, eyes closed half the time, like she's searching for something under the surface. When she finishes, she sits at the edge, legs in the water, sunlight dripping from her skin. Always silent, always alone. I shouldn't notice, but I do. Every day. One afternoon, the air feels heavier, the kind that sticks to your skin and hums. The lifeguard leaves early, guests drift away to dinner, and I stay to close the bar. Emma's still there, sitting on the pool's edge, fingers tracing circles on the water. Too hot to think, she says suddenly, not looking up. Then stop thinking, I reply, wiping the counter. She glances at me. You make it sound easy. It's not, I say, but it helps if you breathe. She tilts her head, curious. Show me. I laugh, half out of surprise, half to hide something else. I step closer, the air between us thick, the smell of chlorine and citrus from her drink mixing in the heat. Close your eyes, I say. Inhale. She does. Now what? Exhale. And forget you're supposed to be doing it right. Her lips part slightly as she exhales. The sound is almost lost in the hum of the pool filter, but I feel it. A pulse of air that seems to shift the world around us. She opens her eyes, watching me. You make it sound like an art form. It's survival, I answer. The light changes, gold bleeding into orange, reflections rippling across her face. She stands, brushing a drop of water from her shoulder. Then maybe you can teach me, she says. I hesitate. What exactly? To survive summer. Her tone is light, but the look in her eyes isn't. The last guests are gone. The pool glows soft blue under the lamps. I turn off the cafe lights, my hands trembling just enough for her to notice. Tomorrow? She asks. Tomorrow, I say. But as I watch her walk away, barefoot across the tiles, I already know. Tomorrow's not what she meant. The next evening, the heat refused to fade. Even after sunset, the air clung to my skin like steam. The guests had gone to their rooms, leaving behind silence and half-empty glasses. Only the hum of the pool lights and the faint buzz of cicadas filled the air. Emma arrived barefoot, hair tied loosely, a towel over her shoulder. I thought you'd be gone, she said. I was, I lied. She smiled like she knew. Then let's call it even. We sat at the pool's edge, feet in the water. The tiles were still warm from the day. Somewhere far away, thunder murmured over the sea, but here everything was still. Too still. She looked down at her reflection. You ever feel like life keeps happening somewhere else? All the time, I said. And what do? I find ways to stay where I am. She turned to me, her face half lit by the water's glow. Teach me that too. The air between us thickened, that invisible pause before a word, a touch, a truth. I could smell the salt of her skin, the sun still hiding in her hair. Close your eyes, I said again. Listen. She did. The sound of the water moved around us, soft waves brushing the edge, the quiet rhythm of her breath mixing with mine. Feels like everything slows down, she whispered. It's supposed to. She opened her eyes. Now what? Now you stop pretending it's just the weather, I said quietly. Her lips curved, a half smile, half surrender. So this is what surviving summer feels like. She slipped into the water, the blue light painting her body in fragments. Shoulders, arms, hair slicked back, eyes glowing faintly. She floated backward, watching me. "You're not coming in?" I shook my head, though my heart had already said yes. She splashed gently, just enough to reach me. Droplets sparkled on my skin. "You don't have to be brave," she said. "Just be here." I stepped in, the water warm, familiar, unreal. We drifted near each other, not touching, not needing to. The world shrank to the sound of our breathing and the glow that bent around us like a secret. When we climbed out, the night had gone still again. The tiles cooled under our feet. Emma wrapped herself in the towel and turned toward the path. "If I leave tomorrow," she said, "will you remember me?" "I already do," I said. She smiled, tired, knowing, beautiful. Then she was gone, leaving the air trembling where she'd been. I sat by the water until the first light crept over the horizon, the pool now calm, quiet, endless, like a memory that refused to dry.